Hello everybody, and welcome back, finally, to the Solo World Tour series. This is the third Solo World Tour, and it's been quite a while since I've done one of these. I was planning, this thing's been getting delayed so much. I was planning on doing one, in September of last year, and then, I pushed it back to, mid-December. And then I was like, you know what, I still don't feel comfortable with how much I've gotten done since the last one, so I'm going to push it back even further, and it's finally the day. I've been really excited to do this. I just got done rewatching. What was that? Oh, hello. Was that the parrot making his noise? Or I don't know. But I actually just got done rewatching the second World Tour, and I noticed something. These World Tour videos, since I do them so spaced out throughout the span of the channel, you can really see the evolution of, how much more comfortable I've gotten with talking into the mic and everything over the past few months of me doing this. So, I think it's really cool to go back and, watch those and, see how much I've changed already. But, yeah. I haven't actually gotten, too terribly much done since the last one. I mean, there's a lot done. It's like a couple really big projects instead of a lot of really tiny projects. So, yeah. But here is the first room of my base. It's kind of like an underground base with a glass roof on all portions of it. And, I got inspired to do this after seeing a YouTube thumbnail of how to make an underground base, and they had a circle built into the ground like this. But it had, more stuff on the roof and was way smaller. And I was like, you know, I want to do something like that. So I kind of did my own thing with it. And, sorry, you'll see a bunch of, mess everywhere, just random shulker boxes, furnaces, everything like that, just because I haven't fully cleaned up everything, before starting this. But, yeah, this is a room that has been showed off in all the world tours. Another one that I think has been shown off in every single world tour is this one, and I still haven't changed this hallway. I know I think in the past, or the last one, I said I was going to change this to be diagonal like all the others, but I haven't done that yet. I've been too lazy and working on other bigger things. But this is the food farm, or vegetable farm, or whatever you want to call it. You may notice that the map's missing, and we'll get to that towards the end. But yeah, here's carrots, wheat, potatoes, and then pumpkin and melons, which, as you can see, is the system's just way overflowing. It's just completely full of everything. So I need to go through and empty that at some point. Maybe that's one of the reasons why the world lags. I don't know. But yeah, so this is the second room that I actually built in here. And yeah. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. So yeah, that was the second room. This was the first one, and fun fact about this one, I built this, dug this out and everything before I had diamond tools. So this entire area, this level right here where you see the first bit of spruce, that's the level of the ground. And I think there was actually a hill here in a way that I had to dig out. So I had to dig out the hill, flatten the area, and then dig down all of this just using iron and stone tools. So that took quite a long time. And by the time I got to this room, I had diamond stuff, so it was a lot easier. Over here, this hallway looks a lot different from last time you saw it. I actually finished it. I haven't finished in there, but this is the villager breeding room. Breeding happens in here. There's a dirt block from an enderman. You'll notice dirt and gravel and sand just placed all over the place because endermen keep just coming in my base, picking stuff up and moving them. Here's my first ever diamond in the world. I still haven't made myself a bedroom, and I don't know if I ever actually will at this point. So this diamond may just be here forever. I was planning on, making myself a bedroom and having that, over my bed and everything, but I don't know. Here's the third room I built. It is the sugarcane farm, and it is very large. yeah, not much to really say about this. I did put composters in here. Whenever I have extra seeds and stuff, I just bring them in here. Some of it's missing because I had to make more fireworks and I was out of paper. So, yeah, it hasn't grown back yet. Over here is where my first actual mine shaft is, and my enchantment room. So, nothing's really changed over here from the last time. That still goes all the way down, and this... I should probably re-explain a lot of things about this world, because the channel's grown a lot more since I made the first episode of this. So, pretty much, like, this mine, it was a staircase leading all the way up to, like, the center of the base before I actually dug a hole. And, when I built this area, I just kind of dug down and blocked off the staircase. But yeah, I don't really need to go down there. I don't use that mine anymore anyway. I should probably just block it off completely, but, you know, why do that when I can leave it just in case? This room, this was, I think, the last thing that I built before doing the last world tour. And I do have a map for this room now, and the last one I didn't even have a map made of the base. Because I make a new map of the base every time there's a new stage made, that way I can see the progression of it. We'll see that later on in the video. But yeah, this is completely finished now. We've got all the sheep in place. I dyed a bunch of them green for another project I worked on. And you have the glass roof on. And it's funny, because I dyed all these guys green and collected a ton of wool, but I don't think I actually used any wool in the project that I did this for, so... It's funny how things work out sometimes. But yeah, this is just the sheep farm. I figured I'd need a ton of different colored wool at some point for something, so I did this, plus I just didn't know what to do with the next hole for the base, so yeah. That one over there I'm going to save for the very end of the video. It's the most recent thing, well, there goes that. That's the most recent thing I did, so yeah, I'll save that for last. Here's my dogs. You have dog, and then dog, and then no name, and a parrot. And then over here, my horse of immaturity, Boner. You can see why he's named the horse of immaturity. Okay, but yeah. Another new thing is actually in the Nether over here. I don't have anything gold on me, so I'll have to rush out before I end up dying. Let's go ahead and go in and see what this looks like. Oh, nothing's actually spawned in here this time. That is so loud. Sorry if that was loud for you guys. But this is like my little, like, in Nether Hub area. It hasn't expanded anymore since I originally built it, but, you know, it's here for when I do need it. I have a hole here because I was planning on making a tunnel all the way to the Nether portal leading to the end fortress. He's not happy with me. I'm not wearing gold. But yeah, so this is what this looks like. I think it turned out pretty good. I might actually eventually change this into half slabs and like put on the lower block, that way nothing can spawn in here. Because I went in here one time, it was just full of like piglins and stuff. And then I have some extra shulker boxes here just with some of the materials I used. Let's go ahead and very loudly head back to the overworld. That's really loud. I don't know how loud it is for you guys, but, you know, it's loud. Alright, and then here's my first storage room. It is very full of just stuff placed everywhere, and then Enderman remnants. And here is Garpnum. Great name. That's his workstation over there, and then I just have, most of these chests are actually, for the most part, empty now, because down there is my new storage room. But this is one of the more recent additions. I built him a little bedroom. Apparently it's getting dark, but he has a bedroom now. That used to be, this has gone through 3 different changes. This used to be a hallway leading to a room off to the side where I had a big trading area. And then it turned into just a hallway of a trading area because I blocked off the old trading area, and it was just a hallway. And now it's his bedroom, because the new trading area is also down there with the storage area. I'm gonna go ahead and get to sleep real quick. That way we can continue the tour in the light of the sun. I don't know why I worded it like that, but I did. Alright. So now we go down here, and this is probably the biggest... I'd say this is the biggest project in the in this world, and probably the biggest hole I have ever dug. But yeah. It's a very large room. And you can see shulker boxes everywhere and more placements of Endermen. But yeah. I've got librarians over here, these guys over here, more people over there. You can see I still have a lot of slots to fill in. I kind of just add new villagers as I need them instead of just guessing what I'll need in the future. And then over here, this is all stuff that I'm waiting to put through my sorting system. I guess it's empty now, so I could load it. But I won't do that on here, because this is a world tour, not me working. And then a doorway to get into the back of the sorting system in case it breaks, which it does quite often. I keep accidentally, like, right here you have all these named M. If you accidentally put one named M through the system, it'll, like, stack here and then start depositing these into the chests, and then everything just goes into the first slot. So I have broken this thing like 3 times by accidentally putting those M blocks in the sorting system. I think I threw those away, so I won't have to worry about that anymore. But yeah. And then here's the actual storage room. I have chests for just about everything I'd ever need. Or at least things I'd have an abundance of that I don't want to have in normal chests. Especially stone. I have so much stone. Of multiple varieties. And even here, I have like overflow chests for anything that like I put in the system that doesn't actually have a slot. Or things that overflow. It's filling up with stone. So I'm just gonna have to start like throwing stone in the fire. But yeah, I think at some point I might continue digging back and have like a super smelter thing going. Or I'll put it somewhere else, I'm not really sure yet. But that would definitely help out with future projects I've planned. But yeah, I think that might be it for the main base for right now. Until we get to the end of the episode where we go in there. So let's go ahead and exit the base. I have a double door system to prevent mobs from getting in. And here is the base from above. You'll be able to see many crafting tables and Enderman place blocks laying all over the place, because I never break my crafting tables. I just make a new one whenever I need one. But here was the first ever base. I had a bed sitting here and the little hidey hole for AFKing under the bed, and then there was chests and stuff lined up here, and then I accidentally made that, so then I placed Dog on top of it, made it look like he just had been sitting there for a very long time. So yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to fill that in. In fact, I might cover it with like a glass like cage or something for like preservation. Over here is my little cactus farm. That's what they're called. It's not too productive. This is over like many hours of just being around the base, but it works for what I need it for. Over here is my just standard mob farm. It's not the fastest thing ever, because, you know, there's caves underneath. The best way to do this would have been to build it over the ocean, but I always do that, so I want to do something a little bit different. But you can see it works. This is where I get all my... He has... Hello. There we go. Alright. I think I used to use this for XP, but I don't anymore. And then over here is the iron farm. I still haven't done anything to decorate it, but, you know. And it's pretty productive, as you may be able to hear. There's someone dying in there right now. But yeah. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here. This is very loud. Okay. So yeah, those are the main parts of the base, and we'll go over there in a second to that nether portal. Actually, eventually I plan on building, like, a floating island for that nether portal, and then I still haven't done that little extra base over there. And I kind of decided that one thing I want to do with this world is just kind of build, like, bases all around the place to kind of make it look like it's, like, a multiplayer server type thing when it's really not. Just to kind of make the world feel more alive and not just this being here. But over here is the lighthouse, and this, I think I was originally planning on making into the cactus farm, but it is still completely empty. I placed some torches to keep it mobs from spawning, but it's just a big empty thing I did for decoration. And then you can see over here I did landscaping to make the area look hopefully a bit nicer. And then I have, actually I haven't been over here in forever, like a little campsite, and then that always happens. I don't know what that is. I don't know why that block just decides to go away. But then you can see like little sleeping bag type things here, and just thought it was a nice little detail. But yeah. So now let's go ahead and go through another loud nether portal, and I'll show you my main XP and gold farm before we get on to other parts of the world. Because I do have more built in different sections than what I did. Alright, so while we're going through here, I'm going to get a drink real quick. Okay. And there's my gold farm. Now, it has not changed too much since the last episode. I did add like a little area for smelting down their swords and stuff into nuggets. If you didn't know you could do that, you can take like iron tools and gold tools and put them in a smelter, and it'll give you either iron nuggets or gold nuggets. But pretty much zombie pigmen, or zombie whatever they're called now, spawn here. And then I have a thing with arrows and a crossbow in here in case I forget a bow or arrows, because that happens quite a lot. And I shoot them, and then they all funnel in here, and since there's like a mob cap for how many can be on one block, once there's like 25 in there, when more drop in, they die and give me XP because they're mad at me, or they're aggroed on me, and that'll give me XP even if I don't attack them. And these carpets are here to keep the XP from getting stuck in there, and it also prevents the babies from being able to walk through and just attack me, even though it looks like they should be able to fit. But yeah, I have this area for smelting stuff, and then I have extra storage, and then a ton of rotten flesh and swords and everything. But yeah, this is how I repair all my tools and everything. So I was planning on making it bigger, and I do have plans to make it bigger and eventually have a big ghast farm up here one day. But I have no clue when that'll be. Alright, so let's go back through the nether portal. And I really hope that nether portal thing isn't loud for you guys, because it is very loud for me. Alright, so now we'll move on to the next part of the world, and it is starting to get to nighttime, so I do have a bed over there, so. But over here is my chunk mine shaft. I mined out an entire chunk and then placed glass to kind of have like a fog effect. It's not deep enough for it to really have a good fog effect. But this is where I get all my diamonds from. I usually get pretty lucky, so I've got quite a few diamonds. And there's this guy who has been here forever because these chunks are usually unloaded. And now the big project. Well, yeah, we'll go ahead and look at this first. You can see some of it over there. But this is my most recent thing that I've been working on. These are 8 slime chunks. And I'm going to dig them all the way down to bedrock, and then make a huge slime farm. It is going to take forever, but I am okay with that because for some reason I find a lot of entertainment in just digging out big areas. And then over here is the Cave of Infinite Despair. And we will not be entering that. That is a secret of what is inside of the Cave of Infinite Despair. And then villagers that were in the village. Alright. So now, without looking at too much, I'm going to go over here and get some sleep, and then I'll actually properly show off what's over here. Again, don't mind the mess. It's just stuff that I haven't cleaned up and stuff that I'm still using. And there's another village over there. And then that way is the desert that I use to get all my sand. There's a huge space. I might actually fly over there. Well, no, I get lost when I try to come back. I won't do that. But yeah. Now, if you're wondering why that clock's down there too, I have some data packs that kind of make things slightly easier. Like in this world, if I go over to like one of those trees and chop it, the entire tree will break because I have a data pack that does that. It may be cheating a little bit, but it just makes it so much faster instead of me having to sit there for hours mining trees. It just makes it a lot easier. But anyway, this is the future place of a city. I'm going to turn pretty much this entire plains biome over here and probably further into just a city. And that's like the big main project right here. But this right here, once I land over here, is actually the first building that went here. It is kind of like a oh, sorry. Throat's getting full of phlegm and stuff. This is actually the first building that I built, and it is like a bank. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it looks really nice. From the outside, and then I didn't do everything. Whoa, okay, that was funny. There's a bed in here and everything. But I think it turned out really good. And I was planning to have like more decoration, like courts going in like loops up and over, connecting each of these pillars, but I decided not to do that. It would be a lot of work. But here's like a meeting room over here, and I haven't actually fully furnished this. I probably will go back one day and do it. But then there's another meeting room over here. And then a reception desk. A very wonderful, beautiful reception desk that is better than any other one that you've ever seen before. I'm kidding. It's not great. But either way, you can go upstairs, and there's just rooms that are empty. There are going to be offices, and then one of them was going to be like a bathroom, and then on the other side there was going to be a break room with some more offices. And you have this area, which overlooks everything else. This is like one of the builds I'm most proud of. Like, it took a while to do, and a lot of concrete, just so much concrete, but I'm really happy with it. I think this is one of the better builds I've ever made, but there's more rooms. They all look exactly the same as the other side, but then the stairs go back down and you meet up over here. And then through this door is a little secret back room. Not really secret, but you know. And I was going to have a 3x3 piston door, but I kind of like trying to figure out how to make these things on my own, and I just could not figure out how to get a piston door to work without watching a tutorial. So I decided to make this a 3x2 one. And that opens up, and we have my diamond stockpile. And this is pretty much the vault where I'm going to be piling diamonds in. But it is a solid block of diamonds. There is one, if I can find it, there is a dirt block under here. But an Enderman just kind of came in and placed a dirt block right in the corner. And I was like, you know what, if he thinks it's good enough to be in my vault, I'll keep it. So it is just kind of hidden by the diamonds. It's probably the most secure dirt block in Minecraft. But yeah, and these are all legitimate diamonds. I have not like gone into creative mode and cheated or anything. This is just hours and hours of strip mining over many, many months. So yeah. And I do have more diamonds, like diamond ore back at my base, but I figured it wasn't worth showing you. Yeah, I'm kind of proud of this door though. I built this on one of my other survival worlds. Just the door, not the building. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the bank. So we go across the street here, and we have this building. I don't really know what it is. It's completely unfurnished. I'll probably go back and furnish it one day. But this is where I needed, like, the green wool. I was planning on, like, doing a mixture of wool and terracotta. But just the wool looked too bright, and it just clashed way too much, so I didn't do it. And then you go upstairs, and it's just some more empty rooms. So, yeah, it's not much to look at, but, you know, I built it. And I really like how this turned out with the brick and the granite. Pretty much what I did was I like lined my hotbar with and I actually learned this tip from watching Mumbo Jumbo. But what he did to build his thing and what I use for this is you like line up all the materials that you want to like have randomly placed for like a wall or something, and you just spam spin your scroll bar and build while doing that, and it'll just randomly place whatever block it happens to be on when you click. So it's a really easy way to, you know, make random like patterns. So yeah, but then there's this building. It's completely empty, no floors or anything, but you know, I'm trying to make a city, so I gotta have buildings. And then we have a little convenience store over here that is fully furnished. It just got shelves and the cash register and the little like treadmill like thing that you set the groceries on and it goes over and you scan it. So yeah. But this is all that there is of the city so far. I think the next thing I'm going to start working on is turning like the shoreline into like an actual beach, and then having like beach houses lined up and like a road going along, and kind of start from like multiple ends of the city and then kind of work my way back over to the middle. But yeah. Oh, I forgot about this little thing. There's a little cave over here, and I decided to just kind of turn it into like, just to have a little bit of extra detail, just like a little old abandoned mine shaft that goes down and into nothingness. Yeah, I think that was a cool little just detail to have for no reason. I've been trying to really like expand like the way I do things, because normally in Minecraft I play it and I only build things that like are necessary and that actually serve a function. But doing that, I get bored of worlds very quickly. So I've been trying to like expand and like just build things that look cool but serve absolutely no purpose. And then maybe one day give them a purpose. So yeah, there's that. The slime farm, I don't really know exactly what I'm going to do for it yet. I have two ideas. One, either turn it into like an industrial looking building. I forgot there were villagers in this house. But either turn it into like an industrial looking building, or I was going to build like 2 giant slime statues over here. But I don't know if that would clash with the city, and even if it does clash with the city, it would be kind of a unique look, so I might just do the slimes. But anyway, to finish off the video, I'm going to show you the last room of my base. And this is the most recent thing that I completed. And, well, it's not fully completed, and it probably won't be for a very long time. But it is a map room. And right now I just have this little square lined up, or some placed, and I'm going to cover the floor here with maps. And then eventually, as like I expand out into the world further, I kind of hope to have like a map that goes the entire like interior of the circle. Like leave the stone bricks untouched, that way there's a walkway, and then like everything that's not stone brick, yeah, except for the middle parts will be covered. But just have this entire circle just be a giant map. I think that would be pretty cool, but it might cause a lot of lag, so I don't know if I'll ever do it. But here's kind of an overview of everything that I've built so far. There's the lighthouse, my main base, the mining hole. That's the minecart track that I used at the very beginning of this world to get all the villagers from this village over to here, and then the 3 that you saw were just leftover ones. And then there's the town. And this map will expand out more. But these maps are the evolution of my base. And I kind of wish I took an entire, like, 3x2 map of all of it, but I didn't. But here's the first map ever of my base. You have the main part, and then, like, we're at a pig farm, and you can see where the mine, like, where I dug straight down to get to the mine shaft, and then the entrance, and that was, like, a wheat, carrot, and everything farm. And then you can see here I have trees growing, and then the wheat and carrot farm's gone. Pigs are still there, but that's there now. And then the iron farm and all that, everything's there now, and the pigs have been released. And there's still pigs running around everywhere from that farm. And then there's this one where I had the sheep farm in, and there's a bridge over there where I bridged to get the sheep. And, you can see the outline of this room that we're standing in now. And you can see there was like a little like nub of land here. And then the most modern day, or modern recent look, you can see the cactus farm is there now. And this is here, and that little island is, or shoreline is gone. And now we have a glass wall looking out into the ocean, which I think looks pretty nice. But yeah, so there's the world. There's been quite a bit done since the second episode, and this is a very long video. But yeah, the next one of these world tours, it probably won't be for a few months, but I want to do one more before the Caves and Cliffs update comes out of, like, all the progress I've made in the world. And then when the Caves and Cliffs update comes out, I'm going to be packing up some stuff and moving way out into another area of the world temporarily while I, just play around with that update and have fun. And then eventually connect the two parts of the world through another tunnel or something like that. But yeah. This has been the third world tour. I've been very excited to do this episode, or this video, for such a long time, and I'm glad that it's finally here, and, it's here. But yeah, so thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.